I am live. Hello, my name's Gary. We are going to be playing We Wish You a Merry Christmas along with some other stuff today. And you should pick up the sheet music at jollyrogerukulele.com. I'm sorry, don't go there. Go to DPS / Denver Guitar Orchestra.com. Let's have you go there instead. Let's tweet that. Let's go post this on the page. Copy, close. And that's our website is got all of the sheet music. We're here every day, every weekday, and what I do is post sheet music, and then we work through our way through it, and then you become rich and famous, and I do it again tomorrow. We take the weekends off. That's something, right? Update. Okay, so that should get that gets the link posted. I'm 1 minute late getting started today, and so kind of a bummer. I don't know what happened this morning. Same thing happens every day. I just run out of time. All right, so we've got the archive is updated. Let me close that. And it looks like, let's make sure that the link is working properly. There, link. And it sends me to here. Very good. So next thing I need to do is make sure I get my little doodad working here. Okay, that's going. And that hook up to the Bluetooth. And so today we are going to be playing We Wish You a Merry Christmas. That's new today. We will be going over First Noel again because we played that yesterday. And then we've got, I think we got through just one of the Christmas tunes yesterday. I can't remember, but we'll probably be playing Silent Night, Green Sleeves, and Christmas Is as well today. And so that's what's going on. And let me go in. No, I don't want to go there. Go back. I have one that says denvertypewriter.com, and I have one that says denverguitarorchestra.com. And I have never, Denver Typewriter has always been used as a test website, and so it's nothing there. And then, but inevitably, when I go to hit denverguitarorchestra.com, I hit Denver Typewriter, and I'm like, now I gotta back out and do all this stuff. All right, so songs. Whoops, I don't need that one. And my little gadget is taking its sweet time today, so we'll give everybody a chance to get in, get set down, get tuned up, and get ready to rock. I'm going to download into the guitar file. Back to the cloud, go all the way to the bottom. We have so many guitar songs now. Let's see. We wish you a Merry Christmas PDF. I'm going to download that guy. Okay. And download starting. Download completed. Okay. Come on, little gadget. The little gadget's taking its time warming up today. And then storage, and then we go to, so grab We Wish You a Merry Christmas first. Let's get that one up and running today. And it's not an overly complex song. There is a couple of moments in there you're like, God dang it. Every time I do an arrangement, it's like, shoot. And we were doing so well. And then that thing showed up. All right, let's see here. I probably have mentioned you should own a Snark, the greatest invention in the history of the universe. Probably up there with the internal combustion engine and the wheel. And get the good Snark. They make a bunch of versions of it. You want the super tight HZ. I think it costs about $18. I've got this room humidified now, and we're sitting at 30% humidity. Life's grand. But now my instruments are all like, wait a minute, I think I will expand and suck in all this lovely moisture. And so they're all coming up sharp. All right, beautiful. Who's made it in this morning? I haven't even had a chance to look at my actual page here. Farmer Ted, G Morning updates link sounds fine. It's all about the choices. Farmer Ted is a wackadoo. I don't know if I mentioned this. Farmer Ted and I were are one of the two buds. When I lived in New Mexico, I met Farmer Ted when we were in our middle 20s. That is not a good time to meet Farmer Ted. Farmer Ted was trouble, and I was trying to be good, and I ended up being trouble because of Farmer Ted. So now I live far away from Farmer Ted. I don't know if Farmer Ted's still as much trouble as he was, but betting pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Guitar sound is good, and it's foggy in Eugene, which is a beautiful town to be foggy, and Denver is cloudy, so it's a little bit like So we're supposed to only get to 40 degrees or something today, so I'm staying inside where it's for some reason I have it as the heater set at 912 degrees. It's super hot in here. Farmer Ted says, "Oh, I'm tuned up all right." You see how he is? Something as simple as get tuned up, and all of a sudden, all mayhem breaks loose. All right, got my little gadget done. Vic, we have a rechargeable tuner. Oh, very environmental of you. That's a smart idea. It's cold and windy up in Weld County today. So, yeah, it's wintertime, guys, right? We do have, it's fascinating. I follow a piano player on YouTube, and she was complaining it was 40 degrees. And I was like, well, that doesn't sound too bad, until I realized it was 40 degrees centigrade, which is crazy hot, like insanely hot. And she's in Australia. I think I knew that, but I had forgotten it. I just assume everybody is from Denver and makes things wrong all of the time. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Here's the thing, guys. If you own a guitar, you have to play this. It's part of our requirement as musicians. It has to be played by everybody at every Christmas thing ever. And I'd say there's two thoughts with this. One, we'll learn how to play it in all of our usual ways. But honestly, with this song, you're probably, if you got together with friends and decided, hey, I'm going to get out the guitar. First of all, that turns you into the guitar guy, and that's an iffy person to be. You may or may not want to be that person. I'm not. I definitely, whenever we have a gathering, people are like, you should bring your ukulele. And I'm like, no, I shouldn't. And I know why I shouldn't. So, I don't know. It's just not my thing. But a lot of you guys might want to do that. And if you do that, this is one of the songs that you're probably very likely to want to be able to perform and play and show off to people. And so we're going to learn it our three ways, and you'll find your best choice for that. Good morning, Pele. Welcome in. Pauline, good morning. Oh, Sunny and Cliff. See, Pauline it's a different deal altogether. Pauline lives in the Bay Area. And so when the rest of the country, it sucks. It's like awesome to be there. And then in the summertime, when it's too hot everywhere in the country, they have fog. So Pauline has a winning advantage over the rest of us when it comes to her city and her weather, I think, for the most part. They keep trying to burn California down, but outside of that, it's a pretty good place to be. So let's see. Elizabeth says, S ? After stringing, I noticed that the saddle sticks out on one end 1/8 of an inch. Should I unwind it and push it back in? I wouldn't lose sleep over it, Elizabeth. I wouldn't lose sleep. It's very normal on your saddle. This saddle sits in a little bucket, and so it can't do that. But when you're restringing, if it's out on one side a little bit or another, it won't make any difference in the sound. And to fix it, you have to unloosen all of the strings, slide it over. There's a good chance that you can damage the strings when you do that. I'd just let it go. Yeah, it'll drive you nuts until the next string change. But yeah, a lot of the saddles will slide in up and down on the channel that they're in. Don't let it eat at you. If it's driving you bananas and you're positive it's affecting your play, then loosen all the strings, slide it over, and then retighten all your strings. You only got to loosen them. You don't have to take them off. You just loosen them a little bit and push it over. It can damage the strings though, and so. If it's on a customer's guitar, I don't let that happen. But if it's on my guitar, I'm like, whatever, So, all right, you know how this thing goes. Whatever figgy pudding, apparently it's a big thing that you take out to carolers. And so we're going to learn D chord, D, index, middle, and ring, right? D chord, remember, you should play just 4 strings down. But if you played the fifth string, that's an A note, and it's in the key, it's in the chord of D, so it's fine. Gives you a little different root note sound if you hit the A, and it sounds fine. A little different. So that's your first chord. G chord from level 1, index finger here, middle finger here, ring finger there. And there's your G chord. If you want to get fancy and you want to sound nice, a lot of people will put ring and pinky down there, strings 2 and 3, or 2 and 1 on the 3rd fret, and then middle finger and ring finger where they always go. Get a little bit brighter sound on your lower 2 strings, which kind of counteracts the depth of the upper strings. I'm grown to hate G chord, not because it's hard to do, not because I don't like the sound, not because of any of that, but this is too much. Every time I'm doing arrangements, I get about 4 measures in on the 3rd G chord, and it's like, that's just too much, right? So this helps brighten it up just a little bit. Then, yay, yay, I'm not going to pick it. Yes and yes, I think that means. So that's your G chord. The other way, a lot of people will play a G chord, middle, ring, and pinky. And you only use that shape when you're going to have a C chord. It makes it faster and easier to get to your C chord. I meet lots of guitarists from the 70s, who took lessons in the 70s and then quit for 30 years. I mean, lots of 40 years. How long ago was the 70s? Oh my God. So that played that G chord because they taught them this C system where you got your C chord, la 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 la, or whoops, when am I at? La 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 la. And then you would go up to your G chord and take this finger off, la 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 la, and then you go back to your C chord, la 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 la, and then you would put this kind of funky F chord on, blah ba 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 ba, and then back to C chord, ba 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 da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da, and that's where folk music comes from. That's how you end up listening to really strange-looking people talking to you about trash or the environment or war or whatever, is that system. So I teach you guys a normal G that you're going to end up using for instrumental work anyway. So all those G's are fine, but this one I like because it brightens up the sound of your G chord. Next chord is an E chord, again from level 1, index, middle, ring. Isn't that nice? Okay, and then an A chord from level 1, index, middle, ring. Okay, repeat the D chord and the G chord. I can tell my fingers are not cooperating yet. And then E7, remember to get to your E7, just grab an E chord and then lift your ring finger up. I think just grabbing that E chord makes you much less likely to miss anything, and then raise up your ring finger. Measure 9 has a D chord. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this song isn't going to be too bad, and then all of a sudden all heck breaks loose. So at measure 10, you got a D chord. I suggest when you're doing F sharp minor that you just obey. You just humble yourself and you work on this doggone shape. It comes up so much. It's never pleasant. And when you first start it, you're going to get a lot of that sound. That's okay. With F sharp minor, you're really doing your E minor, right? And then you're sliding it up 2 frets and adding a bar on 2. I normally take, because I'm not using this finger to make the F major, when I'm making the minor shape, I will normally stick my other middle finger on top of the bar just to kind of help push it down a little bit. Okay. The problem is the very next chord, you can't do that. You've got to drop these guys down. So now you're making an A minor shape. Slide it up 2 frets, bar on 2, and you got your B minor. Okay. So A minor, B minor, C minor. This is my favorite, C minor. D minor is right here. Okay, and then you got another E minor up here on 7. So that shape is super helpful. We run into it mostly when we are learning songs in the key of D. And again, D, E, F, G, A, B minor. Okay, so when you're thinking about your 1, 4, 5, 6 minor system, that's hanging out right over here. You should do it the other way so they're in order, but here this way. D, E, F, G, A, B, and anything on this finger is a B, is a minor, so it's B minor, and that's why it shows up in the key of D. We're going to be playing a lot in the key of D. It sounds great on guitar. So that's what we do. So again, when you get to 11, grab your F sharp minor, bring to you, and then you got to jump down to here, you and your. Okay, so that's a whole lot of work for two measures, but it's the two, you got to get them. So. We could talk about a few, depending on if you're strumming it or playing the tough act. We can talk about a few suggested ways around it. One of them is not to play it at all. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. And just let them go right on by. That's a sane thing to do when you're learning your chords. Just don't play the hard ones. People get mad when I talk about that kind of stuff, but I guarantee you pros do it all the time. 13, measure 13, got an A chord, then to the D chord, then to the E7, back to the D chord. And then you got some G chords, and then some E chords, and then some A chords, D chords, G chords, E7, whoops, and D. Okay, so those are your chords. When you're newer and you're like, yep, I know I'm going to be singing this stupid song, you don't need to sit and stress out about what the chords are. You need to stress out about how to get from one chord to the other. So in the beginning, go back to measure 1. I didn't fix the measure numbers as usual. I got to fix that. And measure 2, which will eventually be measure 1. When you're on a D chord, how you get to G chord? Well, you always lead with your index finger. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay? And then getting from G chord to E chord, again, leading with your index finger. And to A, you want to lead with your index finger, but there's somebody taking its place, so you're really dropping your middle finger and then adding your index finger on. Okay? So each chord change presents you with a little bit different thought process of how you would go about chasing your best chord change finger. You want to plant one and then build around that finger in all cases on chord changes. If I'm going for a D, I'm getting that finger on first, and then my other fingers know what to do once he's in place. Okay, and the same thing with G. I almost always plant this finger first, and then as you'll watch on many recordings, I'm busy fishing around trying to get my ring and me on. But for most of the chords, I'm planting my index finger most of the time. Once in a while, you're planting your middle finger first, but not very often. Okay, let's sing it. Okay. I know I can't sing. Go down through measure 9, come back to 2. Okay, 1, 2. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding and bring it out here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay, so that's obviously just the regular folk type strumming, getting the chords on as best you can, and being comfortable when you get to that F sharp minor. And that's coming out of your guitar. Just let that be the way you're playing it today. If that's what you want. This is what sometimes happens. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. Until they're paying $65 a ticket and you're performing in a stadium, I would not worry about making mistakes. I really wouldn't. I would say, you know what? I'm going to make a whole lot of mistakes on my journey to becoming that guy. And if I never get to be that guy, I will never be that guy. I'm not going to spend any time worrying about mistakes. I am going to be working on, hey, I played that song. I made a few mistakes. Where are my mistakes? I'm going to go work on that one little area, try to make less mistakes. But in terms of overall just having a positive attitude about playing. I think it's crazy to think you're not going to play everything perfectly. I don't think it. I think it takes all the fun and joy out of making music, and um, again, unless people are paying to see you and significant, like it's different if you're charging $20 at a coffee shop. The expectation is lower there, right? But when you are Garth Brooks, yeah, you probably want that band to be pretty spot on. Um, I don't know why you're going to a Garth Brooks concert in the first place, you mass consumers. Actually, you ever watch his wife on the cooking show? She's delightful. She's also a country star. All right, let's play it through one more time. The one thought that I had as I was playing it is, would this sound any good as an arpeggio? We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry... Let's see, 3. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Might work. All right. My initial thought was, it's not that kind of a song. You should probably pound away at your guitar a little bit. But it might if you're singing solo, right? To play it, slow it down a lot. Just try that. Let's try that. It's gonna be fun. Just an arpeggio pattern. Remember, you're in 3, so you want to have a 6-beat pattern, which is thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's really 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and... We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding and bring it out here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry... And then he would change, right? You get to that part and you're like, oh, I'm getting sick of hearing my own arpeggios. So then you might pick it up. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So I don't know. Do something different on that last one to give it a little more oomph, right? Otherwise, it turns into a lullaby, it turns out. All right, let's run through the melody. This is, those of you guys that are newer players and you're getting your chops up. Let's make sure that's going well. I always peek through the melody line. What am I dealing with? I got 2s, I got 3s. All right, first page, no problem. Second page, 3s, 2s. There's a 5 showing up at measure 15. Probably going to play that with my pinky. Otherwise, everything is a 2 or a 3. So guess what? No 1s. I'm playing in second position. No more thought process than that. I got 2s, 3s, and a 1 5. Right. So all I got to be ready is for that one. Otherwise, everything's right in these 2 fingers, and the whole melody will just come leaping out of your guitar. Hopefully, 1, 2. 3, 3, 0, 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 0, 3, 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 0, 3, 2, 0, 0, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 0, 3, 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, oh, oh, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, oh, 3, 2, oh, 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 2, oh, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, oh, 3, oh, 2, 2, oh, oh, 2, 3. Okay. Fascinating. What I did is I assigned index, middle, and ring to these three fingers. It's a decent way. It's a decent way to play. It's not perfect. It's definitely one way to play it. A7D, maybe A7, A7D. Yeah. Well, so let me finish my first thought. I'm playing it with these three fingers pretty much anchored on those three strings and then making plenty of goofs ups with that, right? And then I'm trying to stay focused in on making sure this is going correctly. But if you are studying you're like, you know what, I want to make my life miserable. I want to go into classical guitar. You would be practicing with just these two fingers and doing all of your strings that way, okay? And alternating every other note with these things and getting comfortable with your string crossings and all this stuff. I do think that there's some real value in that. I don't hardly spend any time working on it at all, but I do see the guitar players who've spent years and years and years and years and years studying guitar get pretty comfy with this. That way they don't have to put any thought in over here, and they can really honestly put every single thought in here. I find this works just fine. I am ending up with my weakest finger on my most important string. But, you know, you make these trade-offs in terms of where your skill level is and all that. Elizabeth is mentioning, hey, I'm hearing other chords that are sneaking around in here. And if you're hearing those, feel free to drop them in. I'm wanting to hear A7D, maybe E7, A7D. Absolutely. Every single performer who's ever put this song together has put it together a little bit differently. I have a fairly straightforward presentation here because I don't like to spend a lot of time working on it. This song is not one of my favorites, right? And so I've got one that I think is nice and playable, sounds good. But if you feel like, hey, I'm expecting to hear a certain chord here, it's not, try them out and give them a shot and see if you can come up with a little bit different plan. You might hear, I think she's saying, Happy New Year, right? So there's that A7 finish on there. Happy New Year. I think it's a perfectly legitimate approach. If you feel like, hey, I want to have that there, mess around with your chords until you find one that sounds pretty good. Like I say, this is a pretty vanilla arrangement. Nothing to really design to make it hard. In fact, I wanted this one to be pretty straightforward because the chances of you playing this are pretty high. Chances of you playing it with other people, you're going to be strumming it, so don't really kill yourself on it. They'll hear the A7 even if it's not there, so that's what she's talking about there at the end. And I guess I could have put it on there. Happy New, put the A7 there, year. I'll put an A7 question mark on there and see, maybe someday I'll add that in there. That's a good idea, Elizabeth. All right. Tough X. Grab your D chord. First note's a 2. You're already holding it down. Then 0, 2, 3. Pluck those 3 strings. Okay, and then 3, 0, 3, 2. You'll have to lift up your middle finger to get the O. And then slide back your ring finger to get the 2. Go grab a full G chord. Well, not really. Just go 5 strings of it. And 2 more zeros. Now here you grab a full E chord. O, 2, 0, 3. Probably, you could use your pinky or your ring on that. And then an A chord, 4 strings of that. And then a couple of 2s. And then back to your D chord in 6. Add your pinky to get the 3 and take it off. And then lift up your middle finger. Go grab that G chord. In fact, you don't even need to move your ring finger, right? It's already on the melody note. So just put the G chord on. And now lift up your ring finger. And then go grab the 2s. And then grab your E7, play 5 strings. Open A, open E. And then go grab a 2. And then D chord. Okay, and then we would would repeat that section, and then go on to page 10. Here's where things get a little less fun. Page 10, or measure 10, you've got 0, 2, 3, 3, 3. Good tidings we. You're not going to get away without putting a little bit of a bar on here. Put the 2s and the 4s on. Doesn't that sound pretty? It's kind of cool. And what's fascinating about that is here's your, E, A, D, G, B, E, right? E, A string. You've got your B note here, C note here. And so it's a C sharp in the bass on this F sharp minor, but it still sounds cool. Okay, it just gives a little bit of a depth that's kind of nice. While you're holding that shape, hit the 2. And then you see this in lots and lots of arrangements. The 3, 4, 4, just here. It's just your A minor shape on 3. And then just make sure you only hit those 3 strings. Okay. Now, if you want to put a full B minor on there, you can get a little bit more depth in here in these lower notes. A little bit more work, but then 3, 4, 4. Either of those are possible. Go grab the 2, and the 0, and then an A chord, 3 strings. Hit the top string, go grab a D chord. Middle finger up, ring finger, and then you're going to have to do our famous D chord with your pinky. Some of you guys are like, there's no way that's ever happening. Okay, and if it's never ever going to happen, it will happen. But if you're like not for the next 7 years, just switch out your middle finger for your ring finger, and then it makes it. Then you got a 2, 3, 5. Okay, that's the other way to do that. The problem with doing that is almost inevitably the next chord is going to be a regular D chord, and now you've had to do all this work to rearrange your fingers, and you got to go right back to a D chord. So, but not on this song. It's 3 2s. Go grab your E7, 5 strings. Make sure you're rest stroking. Grab the 2, and then a D chord. Hit the 2, and then it's the same as the beginning. G chord, leave your ring finger. And a couple 2s. E7. Grab that 2. And if you want to put an A7 in there, just grab the A7 and play 4 strings down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, and then the D chord. Okay, and you're ending that 3 as a D. Okay, it's on your B string, C, B, C, D, right? So you could finish there, or jump up to 10, put this little F-shaped bar on. That's a nice way to end that little section. Okay. All right, Elizabeth has really got me thinking about adding that A7 on there. All right, first time through. This is all just one time through, just as written. Let's how we doing on time? Let's just play it one time through, whatever way you feel comfortable. And remember, if you are thinking long term about being a legit fingerstyle classical player, you're playing as much as possible with your claw. If you are thinking, I just want this to sound nice, probably thumb. Okay, 1, 2. It's a 3 beat counted. 1, 2. have this rattle somewhere in my workstation here. I keep thinking it's the guitar, and it can't be. I'm thinking maybe it's that keyboard. All right, something's rattling, people. You ever have a rattle? All right, so We Wish You Merry Christmas. That's really a nice piece of music. We can debate about that SA7 at in the last beat of 24. Sounds just lovely. Let's go grab a couple other tunes. We got 9 minutes before I get you sneaking out of here. Since when First Noel was new yesterday, let's run through that one. Let's go ahead and run through First Noel real quick. I think it will be nice. First Noel. Worked on this pretty hard yesterday, and just grab whatever way you think it would be fun to play. We'll play it as written, down through 24, back to the top. Then down through 24 again, and then the last time through at 17. And I'm going to play Tough Axe. I think I'll do Thumb the first time, Plucks the second time, and then Thumb on the last half from 17 to the end there. And let's see how it goes from the top, any way you want. Okay. Let me get this thing here. Elizabeth wrote, just used to hearing it. Oh yeah, it's fine, Elizabeth. I think it sounds nice. Yeah, good idea. All right, from the top, all as written. 1, 2. right into the first repeat. You ever done that? You ever run into the first repeat and realize, oh shoot, I'm supposed to be on the second repeat, and you've already blown it? Whatever. That's okay. Let's play Greensleeves. Let's play Greensleeves. I don't think we played that yesterday. I don't remember playing it yesterday, so let's go give it a try. This is one of my favorite tunes ever. Okay. Biggest challenge on this piece is remember when you get down to measure 17, you're going to be 7, 8, and 10. Okay. And if you can remember that moment, that's going to be make you sound brilliant. And the other one I would say is this B7 shape with your pinky on 4. Like my pinky's already like, nope, not going to do it. Okay. And that's going to come up as being one of those shapes that you got to do. Other than that, mostly straightforward. Let's give it a try. All right. It's in 6. I'll count in 2, and then we'll go 1, 2. Very nice. What the heck is rattling on this table? All right. So, hope you're having a great Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever today is. I think it's Tuesday. What is today? It's Tuesday. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Hope things are going well for you. Hope the music is making sense. I am starting some 2-week Christmas classes for both ukulele and guitar here in Lakewood, which means I have to kind of toss some sheet music together here real quick this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. So you may see a few more guitar pieces showing up on the front page. And I'm marking this week with new, right? The black line new, so you know to download them. Or if I make significant changes in a piece of music, then I will post that. But so just be checking, maybe log in a couple minutes early to double check that I haven't posted any more music for you guys. I want to have enough where every single day we just sit down and we just play until we're sick of it. Okay. And so that's what we're going to be doing. Nancy, good to see you. Pauline, beautiful green sleeves. Yeah, it's a nice green sleeves, right? If you play it slow, you can actually get almost all those notes. Okay. I don't like that B7 with my 4. That's the one I don't like on that. But other than that, every song has something you don't like in it, right? Every single song. Have you figured that out? That's one of the joys of music, is trying to get over how much you hate that one section of that one song that you used to love. All right. Elizabeth loves the green sleeves. It's beautiful, right? It turns out you keep a song around for 500 years. It ends up it's a pretty good song. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see some of you later today. I'll see the rest of you tomorrow. Random act of kindness. Be safe. Practice. Yeah. Keep showing up here and like and subscribe if you haven't done that. Tell your friends. I'm going to add that one. Tell your friends what you're doing. It makes sense what we're doing, right? Sort of. All right. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.